Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, and today I'm sharing one of my favorite home yoga sequences. This sequence really concentrates on opening up your front body, giving you a nice stretch through your shoulders and some gentle back bends. So let's get started. We're going to start today's sequence in a table pose. So bring your knees directly under your hips, wrists directly under your shoulders. To start to warm up the spine and open the chest, we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, bring your shoulders down away from your ears, drop your belly, lift your chest, open through your front body. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone, look towards your belly button. Continuing with this motion, inhaling, look up, open your chest, breathe deeply. Exhale to round. 2 more here. Inhale, looking up, feeling your lungs expand. Exhale, round. 1 more here. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming to a neutral spine, we're going to come into our plank position. Wrists are still directly under your shoulders. Inhale here, nice and strong. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto the mat. Bring your toes onto the mat and then come into a baby cobra. Just lifting up slightly here. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, release. We're going to do 1 more to continue to warm up our spine, open our chest, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Then push into your hands, come all the way back into a child's pose, giving our spine a little bit of a counter stretch here for 2 breaths. Then rooting into your hands, come back up, moving through a round of cat-cow here. So inhaling to look up, exhaling to curl in. Coming back into a plank position on your inhale, deep breath. Now this time you can either exhale into a low plank or you can still go all the way down to the mat. Exhale, low plank, inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. For your first downward facing dog of the day, you're going to walk out your knees. Really make sure you're feeling comfortable and feeling a nice long line all the way from your wrists up to your hips. So if that means you need to bend your knees, you can do so as much as you need to. Don't worry about having your heels on the ground in this pose. We really want to make sure this is a resting pose and something that feels nice and comfortable for you. We're going to return here between lots of our flows during this sequence. 1 more breath. And then inhale fully. Exhale all the way. Look towards your hands. Step up between your hands. Inhale. Halfway lift, shoulders down your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now we're going to start to flow here a little bit more. So inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back into a lunge. Now keep your fingertips on the ground here while you start to stretch out, feel a nice long line through your back, and then keeping your back leg either lifted or bringing that knee onto the ground. We're going to take a breath to prepare. And then inhale, lifting all the way up, reaching up, keeping that back leg nice and engaged if it is off the ground, and making sure your front knee is directly over your ankle. Reaching through the fingertips, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. And then to open up a little bit more through the chest and through your front body, we're going to bring our hands behind our back And start to pull your shoulders down, away from your ears, opening up through your front body, creating space. You can even look up a little bit. Just make sure your breathing stays regular and calm here. One more breath. Then inhaling to reach all the way up. Exhaling your hands back to the mat. Step that left foot back into a high plank. Inhale here, one breath. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settling into your pose right away. One more deep inhale. Exhale it all the way. Look forward. Step your right foot forward. Coming up onto your fingertips while you find that length in your spine. Preparing to come up into your crescent lunge. And then inhale, lift all the way up. Keeping nice and strong through that back leg. Keeping your tailbone tucked, core engaged. Feeling strength here in your legs, strength through your core, really rooting down through the low body while you lift up through your upper body. And then again, interlacing your fingers behind your back to feel that nice opening through your front body. Just make sure that when you do this, you don't start to pop your ribs out. You really want to keep that core engaged, tailbone tucked. Remember to stay nice and deep in that front leg. One more breath. Then inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back into your high plank. One inhale here. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Resetting, relaxing here. You can even take a nice deep inhale and then sigh it out on your exhale. One more inhale. Exhale all the way. Look forward, step forward, both feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach all the way up. We're gonna move right into our next flow. So exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. You're gonna step your left foot back this time, planting it on a 45-degree angle, preparing to lift up into warrior one. Here, you really wanna make sure that your hips are both facing towards the front of your mat, keeping your front knee bent over your ankle, keeping your arms stretched up towards the ceiling, shoulders down away from your ears. Then we're gonna inhale to open up towards the side of your mat into warrior two. Making sure that front ankle is intersecting with the middle of your back foot. Start to reach out through both arms. Try to keep your upper body centered right in the middle. And settle in here. Each breath you can sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. Just making sure you don't go over your front ankle at all. Reaching out through your fingertips. Don't let your hands hang heavy. One more breath. And then inhale, straighten that front leg. You might want to bring your back foot in just a touch here. Then to move into triangle, we're going to start to reach over your front leg as far as you can. And then when you can't reach any further, simply rotate your arms, coming into a beautiful triangle pose. Make sure you're not resting any weight on your bottom hand. Your hand is simply resting there. Extending through your fingertips, engaging through your core to stay nice and steady. And try to flatten out your side body. Avoid rounding, and you really want to flatten that out, tucking your ribs in, knitting them in, keeping your core strong, and opening up your chest, starting to twist back just a little bit with that top arm. And then exhale, bend your front knee, coming back into warrior two. Straighten your leg and shift your feet towards the side of your mat for a forward bend. Bring your hands to your waist, shoulders down away from your ears, and bring your toes in just slightly so you're pigeon-toed just a little bit. Then inhale, reach up nice and tall through your spine. Exhale, start to fold forward from the hips. Make sure your thighs are nice and engaged here. Really suck up through there to protect your knees and protect your ankles. And just relax here into this pose, rolling forward slightly onto your toes to feel that stretch through the back of your legs. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears, making sure you're not collapsing through your chest. And then to come out, bring your hands back onto your hips, suck up through those inner thighs, and inhale to lift all the way back up. Now moving into doing the same sequence on the other side, simply shift your back foot and bring your other foot in to a 45-degree angle, bend through your front knee, hips facing towards the front of the mat. Inhale, warrior one on the other side. Feeling nice and strong here. Really feel power through your fingertips, through your legs as you root down to lift up. And then open up to the side, really making sure to keep your upper body right in the center, not leaning too far forward or too far back, just nice and centered. Start to reach through your fingertips in the front and in the back, keeping that knee nice and low, engaged through your core, keeping lots of space through your front body, through your chest. Bringing your shoulder blades together on your back, and then straightening that front leg. Shift your back foot in just a little bit, reach through your front fingertips as far as you can, and then open up triangle on the other side. Again, reaching through your fingertips. You're gonna touch the ceiling soon. Opening your chest to twist towards the back of your mat. Feeling a real opening through your whole front body here. And then coming out, bend your front knee, coming back into a warrior two. Straighten your front leg, twisting towards the side of your mat. One more time, we're gonna do another forward fold with a variation here. So instead of bringing your hands onto your hips this time, interlace your fingers behind your back, bring your shoulders down away from your ears, and fold forward, allowing your hands to come away from your sacrum here. Really feeling a stretch through the shoulders here. You might feel a great stretch through your neck, and really opening up your front body. So again, try to avoid collapsing through your front body. Keep your thighs engaged. Don't forget to breathe, and roll forward just a little bit onto your toes. Let your head hang heavy here. One more deep breath. Then engaging through those inner thighs, inhaling to come all the way back up, shifting your front foot towards the front of your mat again, stepping all the way up, inhaling, lift, reach, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, plant your hands, step back into a high plank. Inhale here for one breath. Exhale, this time we're gonna lower all the way down onto the mat. One more cobra pose here, inhale. Exhale, coming all the way back to sitting on your ankles. We're just gonna shift around so our bum's on the floor. And we're gonna come into one last really nice supported pose here. That's gonna open your chest, Give you a little bit of a stretch through your front body. So grab your block, and you're gonna bring your feet in so they're pretty close to your heels. You might be able to just touch them with the edges of your fingertips. And your hips, your knees, and your heels are all in line here. So just make sure your knees don't splay out throughout this pose. And then roll your shoulder blades under just slightly. Push into your feet, lift your hips just a little bit. And we're gonna bring our block either on the lowest height or the medium height. You're gonna avoid the highest height here. And just slide it under your sacrum. So it's gonna rest on that bony plate right at the base of your spine. Make sure you're comfortable. And then gently let your hands fall by your side. This is a really great passive stretch to open up through your front body. Feels really nice after an active sequence. And just stay here, letting your body be supported by your block. You can tuck your chin in just slightly. Breathe deeply. And you can stay here for as long as you want, but when you are ready to come out of the pose and into your final relaxation, just push gently into your feet to lift your hips up slightly. Slide the block out from under your hips, and then gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll down onto the mat, tucking your tailbone so it comes down last. And then extend your feet out towards the corners of your mat. Extend your arms out, palms face up, and rest in your final relaxation pose. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, I want us to help keep each other accountable throughout this entire year with our home yoga practice. So let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. And also feel free to leave video requests and I'll try to get them up for you. And I'll see you next time on Surviving Yoga. Subscribe to Coral if you're doing a home yoga practice this year. Make sure to subscribe and I'll keep you accountable and you can keep me accountable too.